Hi, family and friends of the Storehouse and those that would be watching this three-part series. I'm going to be unpacking the acronym UNLOCK from a mental health perspective. In the past 7 weeks, I've been speaking to patients, family and friends and listening to how lockdown has affected them. The analogy, we're all in the same storm but different boats, describes this beautifully. I'm going to start with the U and the N. The U for understanding. What do we need to understand? Well, firstly, it is normal to feel sad, anxious, worried, tense, even scared during this time of crisis. And I'll repeat that. It is normal to feel stressed, anxious, tense, worried and angry. I've recently seen that the media has been riddled with information about mental illness and the lockdown period. The next epidemic, they say, will be a mental health pandemic. Lots of people have become experts in illnesses like bipolar mood disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder through the media. These mental health illnesses need specific criteria to be diagnosed and treated correctly. I've seen that people are now saying lockdown has caused PTSD. No, this is not post-traumatic stress disorder. It needs certain criteria and we need to be wary. If you think you're suffering from a mental illness, please contact a professional. Enough of that. Secondly, what do we need to understand? Medical research has been riddled lately about the COVID-19 and it's difficult to understand what is facts and what is not true. The reality is, this is not just a normal flu. It is more aggressive than what we are used to. Let's take another angle. How many of you in the past 4 years have suffered from flu? We all can relate to runny noses, sore throats, headaches, fatigue, muscle cramps, even diarrhea. Well, what does COVID tell us? The chances of having it this year is 2 to 3 times more. Another way is how many of you in the past 4 years know about somebody that died due to the flu. There's many statistics about how dangerous this COVID virus is. The WHO, which is the World Health Organization, says flu has got a mortality rate of 1%. During this time, we see there's figures of 10%, South Africa standing on 2%, Sweden had a 0.5%, but the WHO still holds that it's 1%, slightly more aggressive, but not much more. How many of you have looked at the stats during 2016, 17, 18 and 19? How available was these stats? And how much media hype has been caused by this COVID-19? Thirdly, how does this affect you personally? I don't know how you are feeling and how you are doing, but I can relate of what the patients has been telling me. In the past 7 weeks, we started initially seeing people feeling slightly anxious or worried or tense, and this has progressed lately to people saying they are lonely, they are depressed, they are using coping mechanisms that's unhealthy, like eating wrong, sleeping too much, and even using unhealthy mechanisms like drugs or alcohol to try and cope. I've also seen that self-harm and suicide behaviors have increased during this time. At the beginning of May, SADAG, that's the South African Depression and Anxiety Group, released statistics from their call-in center stating that 55% of South Africans are panic-stricken, 43 to 46% are worried about finances. The struggle is real and we need to manage it appropriately. This brings us to the N. For need, what do we need to do? We all have heard about the washing of hands and social distancing. Our government has done a great job bringing this over to us. Thank you very much. What do we do or need to do for our mental health? Well, firstly, get the facts. What is the risk that we're going to get it? What is our status? Are we at higher risk than others due to illnesses, comorbidities, or compromised immune system? And what are we going to do to protect ourselves? Maintain a healthy lifestyle. That's correct. Get enough sleep, eat, exercise. Well done, Dale, on your 10-kilometer run. Keep it up. Continue with your social contacts. Phone a friend, talk to family, pick up the phone, send an email. It stays important to keep social contact. Decrease your time spent watching television or on social media that have a negative impact on you. Use healthy coping mechanisms. We have discussed exercise, eat, healthy diets, as well as enough sleep. Here are some more. Be open and accept what is happening around us. Talk about your emotions. Distract yourself. I find that music and doing our hobbies is very, very useful. How did you manage life's adversities in the past? Do it again. Talk to somebody you trust, a friend, a family member, in church, your minister, an elder, or a community leader. Speak to a life coach or a counselor, or even speak to a professional like a general practitioner or a psychologist. Like our president has said, we will weather this storm and we will overcome. Thank you.